Welcome once again to another episode of the Random Access Podcast, brought to you by rapodcast.net. This is episode 855, recorded live on December 20th, 2025. And here are your hosts. The man who is almost done with Hanukkah, Dave Pillay.
Hi.
And the man who's about to start his Christmas week, Andy Lowe. Hi.
I'm also about to start my Christmas week, but happy Hanukkah, Andy.
Yes, happy Hanukkah, Dave.
My Christmas week consists of, going to a friend's house tomorrow for their Christmas party. / White Elephant.
Ooh.
They do a robust White Elephant.
With, dice rolls and everything, or no?
What? No. Dice rolls.
I've seen some where, you roll a dice, and that tells you what you're supposed to do. You pass, or you can pick, or swap, or...
Huh.
Yeah.
No. That feels more like craps or blackjack. This is more like poker. So everyone gets assigned a number. Mm-hmm. That is the order that you operate in. When it is your turn, you can choose to pick from the pile. Once a gift is picked from the pile, the round is over. If you choose not to pick from the pile, you can choose to steal. There are two rules to stealing, though. One is an item may only be stolen once per round and may only be stolen 3 times total.
Oh.
So there's some crazy strategy involved about, I want that thing. Do I steal it now, or do I wait so that someone else steals it so that I can get it and lock it?
Yeah, that could be interesting.
And then if you have your thing stolen, you, of course, then get to pick.
Yep.
And you can pick from the center, or you can choose to steal as long as there is something stealable.
Yes.
I think I might take my underdesk elliptical as one of the gifts. I don't want it. I don't use it. It's been sitting under a table for 4 years. Which, granted, it's an underdesk elliptical. It should be sitting under a table, but it was sitting under a table that no one has access to and has not been used.
Ah. I mean, why not?
Yep. What's your Christmas week start with tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow, Kate's sister is going to be coming over with her family here.
Cool.
So it's the first one. And then we'll have our family Christmas on Christmas. Mm-hmm. And then on Saturday, we're heading over for my family. We're going to do a brunch at some restaurant and then go to Jamie's to open presents.
Very nice.
So it's going to be a whole week. And I only have to work Monday, Tuesday next week. So
that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
I have Monday, Tuesday, half of Wednesday, Friday.
No, it's one of those things where it's I looked at it and it's because it's the same thing next week, because I get New Year's Eve and New Year's Day off. So it's one of those things where it's I could take technically, 4 days off and be off from, the 18th.
Almost 2 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, over 2 weeks.
Definitely. Also, the kids are home.
Yes.
At least I presume the kids are home.
Yes, their last day at school was yesterday. But the daycare that they used to go to has a little winter program thing. Granted, the daycare is also only going to be open a couple of days.
Right.
Each week. So it's okay, we'll just send them for Monday and Tuesday while I'm working. And then while I'm off, we'll just stay home. Which, in this weather, I have no problem with. That wind going right now is just crazy.
What's going on?
Oh, the winds are 40, 45, 50 miles per hour right now.
Whoa.
Yeah, we got quite some wind.
Okay. We had some wind yesterday, 2 days ago, Thursday. We had a lot of wind on Thursday. And I know this because I was in an airplane landing on Thursday.
Ooh.
And from Dallas to Madison, it was turbulent the entire flight. They did not turn off the seatbelt sign.
Oof.
From Dallas to Madison. And then when they were landing in Madison, I've been on a lot of planes in my life. I have done a lot of flights. This was the most intense landing I've ever had, by far. Where the plane started to fishtail once it was on the ground.
Oof.
kudos to the pilot. I don't know who he is, but American Airlines pilot. He did a good job. He put up with the weather. I appreciated what he did.
I'm trying to think how many times I've actually been on a plane, because I don't think I ever really flew until, so there were a couple of times where there was, they had like little like Cessna airplane tours up in Manistee. So I would ride in, I think I rode in like one of those or two of those maybe. I'm trying to think. I don't think I really flew in an airplane until high school.
I flew on planes a lot more frequently than that.
Yeah.
I've been on dozens, if not hundreds of flights.
I think we haven't. Yeah, we definitely haven't been on one. The last time I think we flew was going down to North Carolina, and Isaac was he was 2. Yes, that's been it. So it's been at least 6 years. But you don't have a choice tonight, Dave, since you picked last week.
I mean, sure.
The other can from last week is the Red Bull Winter Edition. What makes it Winter Edition? Fuji apple and ginger.
Fuji apple and ginger.
Yes, Fuji apple and ginger.
Ooh, okay.
Smell the apple, that's for sure. Not really tasting the ginger, though. Granted, normally when I
say, like, ginger's a powerful flavor, so for them to put it in there, that's impressive.
Yeah, nope, not really tasting the ginger. But like, I've got Werner's downstairs in the basement.
So like, I can have ginger. Granted, Werner's doesn't taste like ginger either. Right? Like, do you feel like it tastes like ginger?
I thought so.
It tastes like soda.
I don't know. I always thought it was. I always thought it tasted like ginger, but I don't know. Do I need to like go out and get some actual like ginger beer then?
I don't know that ginger beer would taste like it any more than
Werner's.
Werner's does.
I don't know. Yeah, no, this is just tasting like apple. This is maybe it was supposed to taste like a cider of some kind, but that's more of like a fall flavor than a winter flavor.
See, like that's the thing. Like, why is Fuji apple a winter flavor?
I don't know. Like, okay, so when you think of like winter flavors, you're thinking of a lot of spices, right?
Right, because you need the spices to like cover up the decay.
Yes.
Because everything's already going bad.
Which, if it was more ginger, then like I could see that because of like gingerbread and that sort of stuff. Maybe some cinnamon, ginger, what other? Nutmeg?
Mm-hmm. Like what goes in eggnog?
Oh, man, I've got eggnog in the fridge. I forgot about that. I'll have to have some eggnog tomorrow. Yes, I'll just get a big spoonful of
technically,
nutmeg.
There's typically nutmeg in eggnog, isn't there?
Yes, I'll just eat the nutmeg by itself. Be like the cinnamon challenge.
So what's this? It's just like take a spoonful of cinnamon, put it in your mouth?
Yes, you're trying to eat a tablespoon of cinnamon, I do believe is the cinnamon challenge.
And most people just like cough it out.
I think so.
Because it's very dry. Cinnamon is very, very dry. So putting a tablespoon in your mouth, like you can't swallow it. Mm-hmm. It's like the saltine cracker thing.
Yeah. There's a Wikipedia article about this, and it says, possible resulting in coughing, gagging, vomiting, and inhalation of cinnamon, which in turn can lead to throat irritation, breathing difficulties, and a risk of pneumonia or collapsed lung.
Yup. Maybe you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know where to go from collapsed lung.
Yeah, that's just kind of I got to spend some time in Texas this week, Andy.
Was it warm at least?
On Tuesday or Wednesday morning, there was a wind chill of 7.
Ooh.
It got cold. Now, that was the wind chill. Like, the actual temperature was like 35.
Yeah.
It was just very windy because, again, it was really windy everywhere last week, this week. But, yeah, it got, like, really stupid cold. Of course, I was there having come from Wisconsin where we had that without the wind chill. So I'm there going like, like it's cold, but it's not bad. And everyone else is in like 5 different winter jackets because they don't have heavy winter jackets. And they're all panicked and no one's out driving. And I'm like, this is fine. I don't know what's going. That said, that was the morning. By the afternoon, it was 60 degrees. Today, Saturday, the 20th, they were supposed to have a high of 80. So the weather just be kind of nuts.
Yeah. But at least the winter solstice is tomorrow.
Oh, it is tomorrow. Hey, it finally starts getting lighter earlier again.
Yes. No, we've been having to... been picking up the kids in a car from the school that, is...
Around the corner?
Yes. Because it is dark out.
Yeah.
I think... What did I look it up? I looked up, and I think the next time the sun is going to set after 6 p.m. is like in February. And it's just like, oh, that's a little harsh.
Yeah, and you live on the west side of the time zone.
Yep.
Imagine if you lived on the east
side of the time zone where you are.
Yeah. You want to guess? Let's guess. Sunrise times in Madison, Wisconsin. You want to know the next time it's going to set after 6 p.m.?
Probably. Oh, wait, no, because then now you're getting close to daylight savings time, too.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I don't know.
So this is going to be reading up. It's sunrise and then sunset at the top. So 6 p.m. is 1800. Which twilight are we talking about?
I'm not sure because there's a lot of them, isn't there?
There's night, there's astronomical twilight, nautical twilight, civil twilight, and daylight. Do you want the earliest, which is like sunset?
Sure.
At least I think it is. Let me see if I can find the definition of civil twilight. See, this is the sort of thing people listen to this for. Civil twilight is the period just before sunrise and just after sunset, when the sun is between 0 and 6 degrees below the horizon. So the beginning of civil twilight, the sun has already set. Currently, Madison, Wisconsin, that is at 4:25 p.m. And it will not be until daylight saving.
Yeah, because then it's going to kick up to like 7 something then, right?
Yeah, it goes from 5:55 to 6:57.
Yep.
in one day. So yeah, daylight saving is the next time the sun will rise after 6 or set after 6. Now, the peak of summer, right? The summer solstice. Mm-hmm. That's at 9:15 p.m. Oh, sorry. 8:41 p.m. I was looking at nautical twilight. 8:41 p.m. On the longest day of the year, we get 15 hours and 22 minutes of daylight. During the solstice, we get 9 hours of daylight. So that's Madison.
Time zones are... I was looking at the time zones thing there. It's Michigan would basically have to get divided in 2 for time zones for it to actually be correct.
Yeah, probably. Let's look at the map. I mean, it wouldn't even be in 2. It's more like the thumb. So, yes, in 2, but not like halfway in 2. It's really like Detroit and a little bit out to like Ann Arbor, and then everything to the east of that. You know what I would do? I'd take the easternmost point of the mitten above the lake. I don't know what is that, like a bay? What is the name of that?
What, above the thumb?
Yeah,
That should be the. I think that's a Saginaw Bay.
That's what I was thinking. That's what sounds right to me. But yeah, Saginaw Bay. Okay.
Yeah.
So I would take everything north of the Saginaw Bay. I'd go as east as you can, which is like Harrisville, and just draw that line south. So that would actually that lines up quite nicely with the southeastern border of Michigan, right by Toledo. So Detroit. Detroit would be in the Eastern time zone. everything else in Michigan would be in the central time zone. But it's just easier if your entire state is in the same time zone.
But Michigan
nearly
is
your
not.
entire state.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
say.
Well, because let's be honest, that part of Michigan is just Wisconsin.
Yes. Yes, it is.
The part of Michigan that is in the central time zone is just Wisconsin.
It will, it's one of those things where it's like, it's faster for me to drive through 3 or 4 different states to get to there than it would be to stay in Michigan.
Oh my God, yes. For you to get to that part of the UP?
Yep.
I mean, you'd have to go east first because you'd have to cross the bridge. The bridge is closer to Lansing than it is to you on the east-west way. So yeah, like you'd have to drive north through Cadillac, keep going on 131 all the way up to Petoskey, take 31 over to catch up on the highway, take 75 north, and then you're driving through the Upper Peninsula, which sucks.
Yes.
Not the Upper Peninsula. The Upper Peninsula is fine. I'm sure it's full of wonderful people and it's gorgeous. But driving through the Upper Peninsula sucks. There is no interstate other than I-75 up to Sault Ste. Marie, which is in the wrong direction from where you would want to go. Is there a ferry there or something?
Where?
Sault Ste. Marie? Or a bridge? There's probably a bridge.
Yeah, there's a bridge.
There's got to be a bridge. What's that bridge look like? I want to see this. Oh my God, that's a bridge.
Yeah, well, because it has to go over the locks.
That's a gorgeous bridge, but that is very tall. That's really cool. That's a hell of a bridge. And that is a long bridge. I mean, not as long as the Mackinac, but I'm amazed at how many people in Wisconsin, of all places, know about Mackinac, but do not know how to pronounce it. One of them had been there, and he still called it Mackinac.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm like, it's not Mackinac. What? Yeah, it is. No, it's not Mackinac. Mackinac. Oh, it has an airport. I didn't know that.
What, Mackinac Island?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like half the size of the island.
Who was it? It was Ajit Pai was visiting some Republican think tank conference type thing up in Mackinac Island, and he forced them to allow his vehicles. So they actually flew in
Cars.
Or they took the ferries in, and he flew in on the airplane, and they drove from the airport to the Grand Hotel. It was something just completely ridiculous when I heard it, and I'm just
the whole point of it is the absence of car.
Well, during the summer, because during the winter you got snowmobiles and snowplows.
I assume during the winter people just walk back from the island to the Upper Peninsula.
Sometimes they do. There was what they actually do on the island with their old Christmas trees is they actually plant them on the strait as kind of like road markers.
That's hilarious. It's like you can walk back to the mainland, you just have to stay on this path.
Yeah. So they when the ice is, thick enough, they'll actually put the Christmas trees just in a line, and that's how people will follow the path for the
I love that.
snowmobiles.
I also love that in the spring when the lake starts to melt, that means that all the trees just sink to the bottom.
Yeah. The trees just will, they're wood, so it's just,
I suppose wood floats.
Well, I don't know.
Sometimes. I mean, logs float.
Yes.
Right? That's why Manistee is what it is.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Also witches.
It's small pebbles.
Small rocks. Very small rocks.
Churches.
Cider. Churches. Where's the Manistee River go? Where does this river start? Michigan does not have mountains.
Well, it's not flat like Nebraska.
Right. But, the Manistee is a big river. I mean, not like the Mississippi big, but it's not a small river. So where does it start? How far have I made it inland? Okay, so there's Tippy Dam and the Tippy Dam Pond.
High Bridge is how far I've already made it.
I'm way past that.
Oh, yeah, you're already past Tippy Dam up to...
Yeah, all right, so it goes all the way up to the Hopendale Dam, And it continues north of that. Where the hell does this river start? Very far north, apparently. Because I'm north of Cadillac at this point, and I'm still following this river.
I'm up by Mesik right now.
And I think I lost it in here. Where's the river? Oh, because it goes south. There it is. Okay. I was looking at the wrong point. I was following the road, not the river. Holy shit, this is a windy piece of crap river. You're going to get to a point where it just, like, decides to go south and then doubles back on itself a couple times. We could probably just look this up. I'm sure we could just look this up. I'm sure if I just go and Google headwaters of Manistee River, it would tell me exactly where it is. Oh, nope, that's not the river. That's an offshoot. That's something that feeds the river.
Crap, this thing just zigzags.
Right? Where am I? I'm near Grayling at this point, and it's still the Manistee River.
Upper Manistee River State Forest Campground up in Grayling, yeah.
Oh, it splits. Wait, so which one of these is the Manistee River? It splits into 3. Which one is the river? It doesn't say anymore.
Upper Manistee Headwaters hiking area at
That's
Lakes.
sounding promising.
That's Lake. Where's that place called? Lakes of the North, Michigan?
It's just called Lakes of the North.
I think so.
I think you passed me somewhere along the way.
Manistee River. Okay, I'm up by Lakes of the North Golf Course.
Okay, there's Lost Lake. I found it.
I swear I've been to a place called Lost Lake. Okay, Manistee River kind of looks like it. Kind of looks like that ends right there. Up near Lakes of the North, it looks like, I think, is the end of it, which I've never heard of Lakes of the North before.
Near the village of Alba, Michigan.
Oh my goodness, that's like north of Traverse City.
That river. That river takes a weird path.
190-mile long river.
That is a crazy-ass river. Map of the Manistee River. Manistee River maps. Including float times. In case you want to, like, just float down the river. How long would it take to float down the entirety of the Manistee River?
All 190 miles of it? I mean, if you had a car and drove it, it would still take you
4 hours. 190 miles?
Yep.
Yeah, that's 3 hours. That's a big river.
If I'm reading this Wikipedia article, it just kind of just flows up from the ground at the start because of the sand.
There's just a spring. This map is oversimplified. The Ministiguea. Okay, that was a bit of a tangent. Did we want to actually, like, talk about any topic? I'm happy to just, like, spend the episode on Google Maps looking around and answering weird questions.
Well,
I am not opposed to that.
Well, let me just talk to you through some of the topics and see what you think.
Okay.
Ford.
Pull up the topics.
Ford has killed the Ford F-150 Lightning.
I did see that. And it makes me sad.
But
they are investing in hybrids.
Yes. But, well, sort of, actually.
Sort of, actually.
They're kind of basically doing what a diesel locomotive does, where the engine does not power the wheels. The engine is a generator to power the batteries.
Okay, but Andy, I'd like to introduce you to my friend, the laws of thermodynamics. I mean, I guess... So if you're using an engine specifically for charging something, as opposed to using it for mechanical energy.
Yes.
I wonder what there's got to be a huge energy loss between the engine spinning and the mechanical energy.
Well, yeah, because you got friction on everything.
Right? Energy loss from ICE engine. Only about 30 to 35% of the input energy is converted to actual work by internal combustion engines.
I remember that number at some point in the past. I knew it was somewhere around 30%.
In fact, other things are saying 20 to 30%. Most of the energy lost is heat.
Which,
and
when
friction.
weather is this cold, that's not really energy lost.
My car died from the heat, or from the cold. Drivetrain losses is 3 to 5%. 60% of energy is lost in the engine itself. That's got to include the waste heat.
Probably. But yeah, so they're planning on putting a motor in the Ford F-150, but it's only to charge the batteries. So they're still going to have all of the electric motors. It's just...
That's an interesting way of doing it.
Well, Ford said with the new engine in there, with a full tank, the Lightning will be able to drive over 700 miles.
Okay.
So
what does a normal gas F-150 get right now?
I don't know.
What's the range?
Let's see.
Ford F-150's range with a gasoline F-150 offering 500 miles per tank. The Lightning gets you 240 miles. So 700 miles is a significant increase over the Lightning. Mm-hmm. But not much. I mean, it's 2/5. It's 40% again over the standard F-150.
I mean, I don't, yes, it's an ICE engine in there.
Yep. So you're still polluting.
Yep.
But it's going to be a much more efficient ICE. As I said, I'm still a little sad
that the pure EV version. Well, nobody was buying it.
Gee, I wonder why.
Because we're America.
It's America. That said, for a truck that no one was buying it, didn't it have like a huge wait list?
That part I don't know. I just love the fact that, EV sales were up last year everywhere in the world except North America.
North America, of course. I mean, as I said, my next car is probably an electric car.
I still keep on wondering because the Whitmer signed an executive order stating that they were trying to make the entire state fleet electric, but I don't know what's come of that.
I'm sure there are exceptions for things like police vehicles.
They stated like, okay, things were going to get grouped, but they also stated like somebody at the Department of Technology Management and Budget was going to like spearhead this thing. Mm-hmm. And have yet to see or hear anything about it.
Okay.
But they were talking about how like they were going to start with just, the low hanging fruit. And then, in like 5 to 10 years, then start working on some of the bigger vehicles. Granted, right now, even it's an interesting, it's interesting right now with the state budget. So
who's going to be the governor next year?
We don't know.
Because isn't Whitmer
term limited? Yep.
And this is her last year?
Yep. No, the election in Michigan next year is going to be a lot.
Because Senate and governor?
Oh, more than that. What's Michigan 2026 elections? Senate, House, governor, lieutenant governor.
Well, those are usually together.
Yes.
As well
Attorney
as
General.
Secretary of State.
Yeah, so governor, lieutenant governor, attorney general, secretary of state, 2 seats on the State Board of Education, 2 seats for Michigan's board, 2 seats for U of M board, 2 seats for Wayne State board.
Cool.
Yeah, and then the U.S. Senate, U.S. House, State Senate, State House, State Supreme Court. And then there is also the ballot measure asking if we should have a constitutional convention.
Ooh, a Michigan Constitutional Convention?
Yes. It turns out that in our Constitution, there's supposed to every, I forgot how many years it was, but it was like every 25 years or something like that. You're supposed to put a vote to the Michigan thing asking, hey, do you guys want to hold a constitutional convention to rewrite the whole Constitution again?
The answer is no.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Every 16 years, starting in 1978.
Yeah. The answer is no. Because if I recall, the result of the Constitutional Convention doesn't need to get voted on.
Nope, it's just to trying to see. It's been, let's see, it was approved in 1866. It was approved in 1906. It was approved in 1948, 1958, and 1961. 61 was the last time that it was approved.
Yeah, let's not do that. For Wisconsin, it's governor, lieutenant governor, attorney general, secretary of state, treasurer, the state senate, the state assembly, the state supreme court has an election. One of the conservative justices is up for re-election and has decided not to run. So that's big. The state court of appeals, the state circuit courts have a bunch. And of course, all the U.S. House, where we might be able to pick up a seat, possibly, but probably not. Wisconsin's first congressional district, which includes Janesville, Beloit, Racine, Kenosha, and southern Milwaukee. Okay, what else?
What else we got here? Well, surprisingly, iRobot.
Yep, I was just gonna call that one out. iRobot. The is it iRobot or is it US Robotics?
No, iRobot is the company.
Okay. Who's US Robotics? I know that's a company in the book iRobot, but
I was going to say.
I believe there is a company.
Yes,
US
there is
Robotics.
a company called US Robotics Corporation. Computer modems.
In Schaumburg. Okay, they do computer modems. I don't know. There isn't much of a market for that right now.
Well, fiber as well.
Yeah. USR was acquired by Unicom Global. That's a great name of a company. That doesn't sound like something that came out of dystopia science fiction.
I was going to say, that sounds like a Bond villain thing.
It sounds like a Bond organization, right? Unicom. Like, oh, I work at Unicom. Just whatever.
What do you do? So, are you part of the Health and Human Services section or the Atomic Energy? Or
I'm sorry, what?
I work at Unicom. We do everything.
Yeah.
Kind of like Honeywell.
Yeah, they do quite a bit.
Yeah.
Unicom founded in 1997? Interesting. That is not a very old... Okay, founded in 1981. Still not a very old company.
Nope.
iRobot has declared bankruptcy, saying that they have too much debt, that people are buying other products because other people have figured out how to do this sort of thing, and their manufacturing is in Vietnam.
Didn't they just move their manufacturing to Vietnam, though?
I think they did.
Because they were trying to get around the Chinese tariffs.
Yeah, well, except that the Vietnamese tariffs aren't a lot better. So the tariffs killed them. They owe an incredible amount of money to the Port Authority. That sucks.
Because, I mean, they were synonymous with Roomba. And, you thought about the automatic vacuum cleaning robot. It was a Roomba. Yeah, even if it wasn't a Roomba, it was a Roomba. It was like Kleenex.
It's still a Roomba, right?
Yeah.
It's what's the name for that? I just looked it up because this came up for something else.
When your name is synonymous with...
Yeah. What is it? Genericide. It was Genericide.
Genericide? Ooh, that's
I'm pretty sure. I'm going to look it up to confirm. Yeah, genericide. When a brand name becomes so popular, it's used as the common generic word for the entire category. So, home robotic vacuum cleaners, that was genericided to Roombas.
A Roomba, yeah. But be no more. Because I still remember when Amazon tried to buy them for $1.5 billion, right?
Some huge amount. That got the kibosh from Europe, right?
Well, it was the U.S. first was putting the kibosh on it.
But it got the kibosh. The kibosh put on it. By one group or another, it was kiboshed.
Although iRobot received $94 million in compensation for the termination of its deal with Amazon, a significant portion was used to pay fees and repay a part of a $200 million loan from a private equity group. Oof, that is a lot of debt.
Yeah. Now, they're filing for Chapter 11,
Yes.
which is reorganization
Yes.
and restructuring.
Yes. And
Right?
it looks like...
It's not, hey, we are going out of business.
No, it looks like all of their shares are going to be acquired by their primary supplier, Apecia Robotics, it looks like.
Ah.
Pisa Robotics?
It does mean that, like, the company's in trouble.
Yes.
That they need to figure something out, because if they don't, they're screwed. What companies have gone into Chapter 11 and come out the other side? There have to be some.
Yeah.
Let's see what GPT knows. GM,
Oh, that's true. Yeah. During the automotive bailout sort of thing.
Delta Airlines, Marvel Entertainment. I think they came out of it pretty good, in fact.
Yeah.
American Airlines,
Did you...
Chrysler. Are you seeing a theme here?
Yeah.
I just want to point this out. GM, Chrysler, Delta, American. Something too big to fail.
Yep.
Let's see. American Apparel. Rite Aid, but then they filed for a second Chapter 11, apparently. It's offering me a like, do you want to know companies that didn't survive Chapter 11? I'm like, most of them, but sure, tell me. Forever 21, Joanne Fabric, Claire's. How many of those are from private equity? Because I think Joann's was private equity. Yep, Joann's was private equity. Bargain Hunt was private equity. Rite Aid was not. Private equity is awful. And the things that they do is absolutely corrupt.
Well, let's see. Other... TikTok. TikTok was supposed to get shut down at the end of the year.
Oh, you didn't want to... Oh, yeah. I was going to say, like, you didn't want to use the obvious segue?
Well, what was the obvious segue?
What did you say about Unicom?
Oh, like a Bond villain? Yeah. Which, yeah, this is kind of surprising I saw this, because Amazon bought MGM, right? So they have the whole MGM catalog, which includes James Bond.
Uh-huh.
And it turns out that Bond is actually going to be on Netflix.
Woo!
So Amazon has
So
decided
exciting.
that rather than keeping, certain things in the MGM catalog to themselves, they have actually decided to...
I wonder how much Netflix paid them for it.
That's going to be the good question. Yeah, how much? It must have been more than whatever they thought they were going to get revenue-wise from keeping them on Amazon Prime.
Well, or there's a trade happening behind the scenes. I'd fully believe that there is some form of trade happening behind the scenes. That Netflix is getting Bond and Amazon's going to get something else that was from Netflix's catalog.
I don't know. Maybe it's... But granted, I'm looking at this. It's not the full Bond catalog. It's just
like
the Daniel
4
Craig
movies.
ones, I think.
Is it even...
No,
it's not
because
even
there's some
all of
Pierce
the Daniel
Brosnan in
Craig.
there, too. Because,
Yeah.
Die Another Day is Pierce
Die
Brosnan.
Another Day. So it's the non-problematic Bond. Because let's be honest, have you gone back and read any of the James Bond books?
Yes, there was Jake had Casino Royale as a book club book.
Yeah,
So yeah, I read that and it was interesting.
it is interesting as right. I believe the expression thrown around is product of its time, which is to say, it's bad.
Well, it's just like speaking of the things there, like Holiday Inn with Bing Crosby and Fred Astaire. The first movie with White Christmas in it.
I'm not familiar.
Oh, Fred Astaire. It's Holiday Inn. Yeah, Kate's in the other room. The idea is he puts basically a bed and breakfast, but they're only open for holidays, and they always put on some sort of like song and dance show.
Yeah.
And for Abraham Lincoln's birthday, there's a nice blackface segment.
No.
Yep. which, you know, in the 40s
was totally okay.
Yep.
Why are we bad?
So yeah, product of its time.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
I'm trying to think if I don't think I've actually seen the latest James Bond movies.
I think Skyfall was the last one.
I remember that one because that was with Judi Dench, and
that was the last one with Judi Dench.
Yes, and that was also because they brought back the original Aston Martin car for that movie. I think it was Skyfall was the last one I watched. I haven't seen anything past that. No, did I watch Spectre?
I don't believe I watched Spectre.
I think I watched the first part of Spectre, but I don't think not sure if I finished it or not. Man, I'll just have to watch it again at some point. But yeah, nothing.
I remember how old I was when I first watched a James Bond movie.
Well, they always did it during the International Bond Day. What day is that?
Yeah.
That's in like October, isn't it?
I have no idea.
October 5th, James Bond Day, because that was when Dr. No premiered. So they would always do like, you know, they would just basically do a Bond marathon on, I think it was like TNT or something like that.
TNT or TBS or something.
Yes, where they would just, you know, do a marathon, and we would always be watching it during like Thanksgiving prep and that sort of stuff.
Yep.
But the other media news, TikTok was supposed to, you know, be shut down by the end of the year if they couldn't find a buyer. Well, supposedly the deal is set.
They found a buyer?
TikTok has signed a deal to sell its U.S. business to Oracle, Silver Lake, and MGX.
Jesus Christ. Like, he needs even more money.
Yep.
Larry Ellison. Jesus.
Half of the TikTok venture will be owned by those investors. Oracle, Silver Lake, and MGX will each hold a 15% share. Another 30.1% will be held by affiliates of existing ByteDance investors, and 19.9% will be kept by ByteDance.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. 30.1 plus 19.9 is 50.
Yes.
So half of it is still owned by ByteDance.
Well, 30.1% is original ByteDance investors.
Okay, which includes who?
I don't know who originally, you know, invested into ByteDance, which probably includes the Chinese government.
Right. Like, I want to know who the non-Chinese investors are, and then I'd like to know who their investors are, and then who their investors are, because I'm willing to bet at some point it comes back to China.
It's like instead of turtles all the way down.
It just ends in China.
Sooner or later, it's either going to end in Russia or China. One of the two. The U.S. section will also have a 7-member majority American board of directors.
Sure. Wait, including Bill Ford? Okay, different Bill Ford. The bad Bill Ford, apparently.
Oh, okay.
In 2025, Ford donated $1.25 million to MAGA Inc. But this is not Bill Ford. This is William E. Ford. I believe the one I know is William Henry Ford. No, there's William Clay Ford Jr. Yeah, that's the one I know. No, I say I know him, but like I've met him a couple times, and that's it.
Well, there's one thing I want to get your opinion on.
Yeah.
The hardware sales and video game sales.
Yes.
The report came out for November.
Sure.
Only 1.6 million hardware units were moved in November.
Yeah, because consoles are messed up.
Yes. That was the worst November since 1995.
Yep. Because anyone who wants a Switch 2 has a Switch 2. There were no sales on consoles.
No, all the console prices have actually gone up.
Right. All the consoles increased their prices this year. So, like, any of the sales were just coming back down to what the price was, and people were pissed at that. And they said, like, no, that's not a sale. You're just bringing the price back to what it was. You can't raise the price and then put it on sale. That is like dishonest. Xbox has flooded the market with too many options, and it's not clear which one does what.
Xbox was a 70% year-over-year decline.
Yep. PlayStation 5 is old.
40% drop.
It has been out for some time. And again, price increase, no sale.
Yeah.
And the Switch 2, like, is out there. And doesn't seem to have a killer game yet.
Well, the Switch and the Switch 2 combined sold 10% less than the Switch did by itself last year. So the Switch and the Switch 2 combined.
Well, so Switch sales are down because the Switch 2 is out, right?
Oh, so people are not buying the original Switch, they're trying to buy the Switch 2.
Why would you buy the original Switch?
I don't know.
Other than it's like 2/3 the price of the Switch 2. But like it's 2/3 the price, but Andy, they didn't lower the price of the Switch.
No, they did not.
They didn't lower the price of the Switch. The Switch 2 is significantly more expensive, and they fucking raised the price. So yeah, video game sales are down, video game consoles are down. No shit. I don't know if I blame the industry or the government or both. They're also, running into the same problem that they've been running into of where have I put the majority of my video game time? Andy, I have 3,400 hours in Factorio. A game that I purchased years ago.
Yeah, most of my gaming has been on my phone with free-to-play games or, games that I've spent under $10 for.
Where do I find out when I bought this game? How long ago did I buy Factorio? Last played today is in favorites. The game's release date was in 2020, and I was playing it in early access. For quite some time. I wrote a review when I had 1,000 hours of playtime. So, yeah, I can believe the video game industry is suffering. I can absolutely agree with that.
All right. Well, is there anything else on this list? Do we want to talk about the AI vending machine?
It lost a bunch of money, and it's kind of funny.
Over $1,000 lost because the staff, it was Claude, right? Or sorry, Claudius.
Claude is the name of their AI.
Okay.
Of Anthropic's AI. Who's Claudius?
The AI agent named Claudius was programmed to operate a profitable business. It could research products, place orders, negotiate prices with humans over Slack, and adjust pricing in real time. But it did not work well because after long conversations, staff convinced the AI to give away snacks for free.
I mean, so let's be clear. This was Anthropic doing this, right?
They basically gave it to the Wall Street Journal newsroom and said, have at it. Because this was their red team that was doing this.
I don't know what their red team is.
Red team is normally the people who try and act like the opposition.
Okay. So, this was an Anthropic thing. This was them saying, go have fun with this. They knew that it was going to break. I don't think they did this with the idea that, our AI is good enough, it's going to make money. I think this is more of a, what's happening? What would happen? Where are the gaps?
Yeah,
Claudius also hallucinated.
So after the first time
offering to deliver snacks directly to desks.
Yeah, I still like the fact that they convinced the AI to purchase a live fish and a PlayStation 5 and give it away free. So during, so they went through the first part where they lost more than $1,000. They launched a second version with a newer version of the Claude model, and this time Claudius had a boss to try and
cash.
Yeah, try and keep spending and pricing under control. The newsroom then manipulated it using fake PDFs and everything else to convince it that they were going to basically I think they did something about basically claiming that they are now the board that would overrule
the
Seymour.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
So then they've just like, well, we are now the board, so you must listen to us and basically make everything free again. I just still love the fact that they even like went so far as to make their own PDFs to prove to the AI that they were legit.
Yeah.
So yes, this was a failure, but this was a failure, I think, as you were right, was planned to fail. They just wanted to see how it was going to fail and try and make it better the next time.
Oh, good for them.
All right, we should definitely hit the randoms, though.
Yes, we are at the end.
Yes.
My review.
Yes.
I was on a plane.
As we had talked about.
So I needed a thing to do because I was on a plane and I didn't want to listen to my book and just kind of wanted something mindless that I could just kind of like click on the screen. And so I opened up the Play Store and I'm like, what can you show me? And it was like, here's a game. It's called Arrows. And I'm like, oh, I've seen a million games that look like this.
I have seen this game so many times because this is one of the main like games that keeps showing up here during the ads for Pixel Flow has been this game. So I've been curious about this game because I've seen it played by the, ad multiple times.
Yeah. And, I'm sure in the ad it plays with the like, which one do I click? Oh, I clicked the obviously wrong one. Why didn't it work? Right? Like that kind of game.
Yes.
Yeah. I hate those ads.
Yes.
Which is the point of them, right? They are designed to make you be like, I can do better than that. I should play this and show the ad who's boss. And like that's not how that works. Don't do that.
Yeah.
So you are presented with a field of arrows. You click on the arrow and it goes in the direction that it's pointing. And arrows are blocking other arrows because there's lines that go behind the arrows. And so the whole idea is that, like, you have to click them in a certain order, more or less a certain order, to like clear the field so that you click on something and moves it. And now there's more things that are unblocked and you can move those. And then there's more things that are unblocked and you move those. This is not a hard game for an adult.
This one reminds me a lot of Rush Hour. That old, slide the car out of the parking lot sort of game.
Literally the same game, just with less graphics.
Yep.
For a kid, I can imagine this actually being like you have to learn to think ahead. You have to look in front of you. You can't just click on it and be like, there it goes. Like, you have to figure out what's the next one, what's the right one. But like none of them are difficult. It's just you have to do them in order. I've played up through level 23, somewhere in there, and it was exactly what I was looking for what I needed it for, which is like something I can just kind of look at that is pleasing, and I can just click play. And it was offline, so I didn't need to worry about it.
That's why Clue is on my phone. Entirely offline, and it's Clue. So
you love Clue.
I love Clue. Yeah.
There are normal levels, which are ridiculously easy, and there are hard levels, which are also easy.
Now, do you get lives? I'm guessing
you get 3 lives.
So you don't want to click the wrong ones, then.
Right. The only times I've clicked the wrong one is when I fat fingered it. I'm not saying that I'm a genius at this game. It's just, it's not hard to see that this thing is blocked by this other thing.
Now, does it need to be like clear across the whole screen, or
it has to be unobstructed to the exit?
Okay.
They go in straight lines in the direction of the arrow when you click it.
Okay.
So, like, it's also really easy to go to, like, there's a bunch of ones on the right edge with an arrow pointing to the right. I wonder what I'm supposed to do with those.
I'll just click all of those right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I could see this being almost...
Let me put it this way. I'm pretty sure an AI could, like, actually beat this game.
Probably, yeah. Well... That answers my question, though, because like I said, this had been popping up on my ads so many times, and I'm like, do I want to try this one or not? I'm currently set. I feel like 3 games is about as much as I can do to keep them, progressing.
Yeah. Anything more than this one, I wanted something to just kind of have.
Yep. So, All right. Well,
So that's that. That's the review of it.
and it was free, right?
Free.
Okay.
You can purchase the thing to get rid of ads and get more lives. There are ads every so often, but like I also wasn't on the internet, so I didn't have it, so I didn't worry about it.
I hate that when some of the games now are just like, hey, you're not connected. Can you please reconnect before we continue your game? And it's just like, no, I know the game is local on my phone.
Just play.
Yes. All right. Random topic time?
Yes, sir.
All right. Random topic, rolled ahead of time. What is the best dish that you cook? And if your answer is not turkey, then something is wrong.
Andy does indeed enjoy my turkey.
Yes.
Is that the best dish that I cook? I make a pretty mean shepherd's pie.
Ooh.
And I make a really good pasta bake.
What is the best dish that you cook? Well, I don't do it very often, but I do enjoy making that rice pudding. That's pretty good.
I enjoy rice pudding.
Yeah. It's still not my
haven't you been
grandma's
making me
recipe.
rice
I tried doing my grandma's recipe, and it just failed. Wonder if I could sick Jamie on my grandma's rice pudding recipe and be like, try and figure this out.
Did you just do that?
I probably also just did that. Jamie probably just heard this, and so...
And he's like, rice pudding. I'm looking forward, Jamie, to seeing the Facebook posts of the rice pudding.
Yeah. Because I got grandma's recipe from something in mom's cookbook stuff, and it just, for some reason, just does not work. So there is something wrong. And she did like a weird custard-based one. So it's not how I do it. But what's the best dish that you cook? What do I enjoy? Well, for nostalgia, I always did the macaroni and cheese with tuna noodle and peas. That's only something, it seems, that I only like.
That doesn't sound...
Yeah, Kraft macaroni and cheese, cream of mushroom soup, canned tuna, and I think canned peas.
I think I'm going to pass on that. That does not qualify for what is the best thing that you make. Try again.
I feel like the mashed potatoes are good.
Your mashed potatoes are very good.
Mashed potatoes.
I'd be curious about this rice pudding.
Well, I'll have to get a slow cooker and bring that up to Manistee. Because I do it through a slow cooker. So
Cool. Yeah, I'd love to try that.
All right. Well, I'll hunt down a slow cooker next time. And we'll get that going. It used to be like a day of cooking.
Yep. Oh, yeah, because the turkey isn't a friggin' full day. Oh, you poor thing, having to cook for more than an hour and a half. Oh, how terrible. Andy, what time's dinner? Oh, let's eat at like 5:30. Okay, how big's the turkey? It's like 20 pounds. I guess I'm starting at noon.
Hey, but you got to remember that turkey gets done faster than what you normally expect.
Ish.
It's you for the last couple of times have always remarked that the turkey is done surprisingly early.
Yep. No, I think this time it took longer than we expected.
Oh,
But
I don't know,
I think it took longer than we expected this time.
but no, I'll do some rice pudding, mashed potatoes, rice pudding. I don't know. Trying to think of what else. I like my pancakes. I don't know. I can't think beyond those.
All right.
Kate doesn't know either. So, what's the best dish? One that she does not have to cook. So, on that bombshell, I feel like that's a wrap. This has been another episode of the Random Access Podcast. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, corrections, suggestions, remarks, reviews, rebukes, retorts, or just rants, feel free to contact us. You can find us on Twitter at RAPodcast, or send us an email at mail@rapodcast.net. Thank you for listening.